Greetings, Collectamaniacs. It's time for another physical media update. So I went to CEX and I had a few titles in mind, so let's see what I added to the shelf. First up, we have Old. Now, this is really interesting because I am not particularly au fait with M. Night Shyamalan movies, but recently I went to the cinema and watched Trap, and I thought, that was alright, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that for what it was, so I thought, you know what? I'll give Old a stab, because I know that's one of his more recent movies. It came out in the last few years. And I heard mixed things on it, as most of his films have had mixed reviews. But you know what? I'm open-minded. I like seeing new titles, things I've never seen before. I like obscure titles as well. So for what I paid for it, I think it was a couple of quid. I thought, you know what? It's worth a shot, so I'll give it a go. Now, following a similar trend, we have The Crow, featuring Brandon Lee, of course. Now, it's really interesting because I saw the new The Crow at the cinema featuring Bill Skarsgård not too long ago, and you know what? I know it's been review bombed a lot, but I actually quite enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what? I'd go see what all the fuss was about with the original. And you know what? I very much feel this is the more stylized version of the two. And yes, I did enjoy it. And I enjoyed the new one as well. So it's kind of weird because I like both of them, but for different reasons. It's actually quite entertaining because this was actually a good first watch, and it inspired me to actually seek down the other The Crow movies, which was actually quite a revelation to me because I'd never heard of them before, and I look forward to seeing them when I get around to it. Bloodsport 4, yes, there is a Bloodsport 4. That is something I thought was quite insane. I only thought there was the original with Van Damme, but I have got Bloodsport 2, so if anyone's got Bloodsport 3 out there, or can find Bloodsport 3 at a cheaper price, because I know online it's going for like 10 quid, and I don't really want to spend that kind of money on a title such as this. But you know what? It can sit happily on the shelf next to Bloodsport 2, and I'll give it a watch, see if it's any good. Who knows? I like those kind of trashy kind of martial arts movies and things. I think it was a steal for a couple of quid. So here we have a funny story. I was looking to go and find the original Gladiator movie, which of course you'd think would be very prolific, being a very mainstream film, especially in like HMV, CEX, all these places. But no, I couldn't find it for the life of me. But at the CEX at the time that I obviously visited, I found an alternative. Well, I say alternative, it's called Gladiator Cop. Now, I knew nothing about this, other than obviously the tagline, Mortal Kombat meets Highlander. Now that really does sell it to me because I'm a big fan of both of those things. But it isn't the original Gladiator, which I haven't seen for a good long while. But for a title that is obviously so obscure, I've actually found out that this is a sequel. This is a sequel to a film called The Swordsman, which I obviously am going to have to track down now. And by the looks of it on the back, it's got like executioners, axes, all these different type of fighting styles with swords and weapons and things. So, you know what? I think it's going to be pretty good. It'll be a laugh. It'll be, 90 minutes worth on the dot entertainment. I definitely think so. So I think this is going to be worth a shot. It's got a couple of notable names in there, including James Hong from Big Trouble in Little China. And you know what? For £1.50, I really do think this was worth it. So I did find Gladiator in another shop, and I find myself most vexed that the sticky label with the price tag pulled off a bit of the slipcover, which is most annoying. However, I did watch the movie and I thought it was pretty good, but it did look a tiny bit dated if you ask me. The action sequences were alright. I am definitely geared up and clued in to the events of obviously the next one, which is coming out soon, so I look forward to that. But yeah, Gladiator, it's a good movie. I liked it. It's very mainstream. It's something that everyone should probably watch. But you know what? I've seen better movies. I've seen worse movies. So it'll sit nice on the shelf all the same. And finally, the Captain America triple bill. Did you know they did a Captain America triple bill? Because I didn't. Now, I'm not talking about the First Avenger, Civil War, and Winter Soldier here. Oh no, I'm talking about the original Captain America films. Now, so far as I know, this doesn't actually form a cohesive trilogy, other than obviously the first two on this box set that I can see. They both came out in 1979, and then the third one here, the original Avenger, came out in 1990. So these obviously came out around the days of Howard the Duck, so it's going to be really interesting to see how big a scale, like practical effects wise, they can actually go with this. It's going to be really interesting, especially comparatively with obviously the new Marvel stuff, which I'm a fan of. You know what, it's probably going to look a bit dated, but I literally have no problems with that. So they're probably going to be a fun afternoon watch sometime. If you've seen these and think they're any good, please let me know in the comments. So if you enjoyed this update review, please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see any full in-depth reviews on the Zak and Buzz review of any of the films I've mentioned in this video. If you want to support the channel, please buy me a coffee using the link in the description below. And as always, please like and subscribe to the channel and comment below any suggestions of further videos you'd like to see. Till the next time, Collectamaniacs.